Hello, it's Tom and Ben from NFL Talk UK. We're powered by Oddschecker. And Ben, another week of NFL is in the books. Week 9 is done and we're coasting on to week 10.
Powering through to week 10.
Absolutely. Week 9 threw up a couple of crazy ones, didn't it?
Yeah, some big scores, a big Saints win.
I mean, the Saints-Rams was an absolute corker.
Picked up the phone at the end, didn't you, Michael Thomas?
Yeah, he loved it, didn't he? And then, these two teams, Ben, that's a potential NFC Championship game.
I think it could be going back to the Dome to play that as well, now that those Saints have beaten the Rams, so that could be a real match-up in the future.
Yeah, a match-up for the ages, some might say. You also had the Packers who lost out to the New England Patriots. That was a big game. And another prove-it game, not that they need it, for New England and Brady, who
proved it.
He's not slowing down, is he?
No, they just proved it. That's what they do.
Disappointing final game, Monday Night Football. I backed the Cowboys. I wasn't here, obviously, last week, and you had to take
I spoke on Tom's behalf.
You did, and I made him take the Cowboys. I was like, there's no chance the Titans do it. 28-14, Titans win. Soz.
That's all right, mate. I force you into some holes.
Well, I'm sorry to you guys, really. I've let you down, mainly. Anything else, Ben, that jumped out at you from week 9? It particularly excited you?
The Bears won. I like the Bears.
Yeah,
I don't think that excites anyone else,
they
to be
beat
fair.
Bills. So the Chargers, they're on a streak.
6 wins?
6 wins. And they've got the Raiders, the Broncos coming up. Couple of winnable games.
A divisional game or two. It's that time of the year, isn't it? But they're going to be a big matchup against the Chiefs at some point. I look forward to that game.
Yeah, certainly. But let's move on to week 10 because that's why we're all here. We want to give you guys some great odds, and that's why we're doing the 5 in 5.
Just throw them at you.
Yeah, so we pick 5 games. We spend a minute on each one, throw a load of odds at you, a few stats in there as well, and hopefully we'll get you some money. Let's see how it goes. You ready, Ben?
I'm ready.
Let's do it. We're ready for 5 in 5. Producer Tom, you got the stopwatch going on? He has. All right, the first game we're going to look at, Ben, Detroit Lions at the Chicago Bears, 6 p.m. Let's go. Who do you fancy?
I like the Bears. I love the Bears. I like the Bears. In this game, they're at 2-5, big favourites in this. Lions are 9-4 on the road, but I can't really look past the Bears. Maybe close game? 1-13 points, a winning points margin. That's 7-5.
I'm not a huge fan of this game, quite frankly. I thought the Bears, they didn't have to do a lot to beat the Bills. The Lions are coming off 2 big losses, one to the Vikings last week. Lions +6 is evens.
Give me a break.
Well, I see it as being, I'm answering your question at this point. Okay. It took me a while, but I see it as being a close game, yes. And I think the Lions will lose, but maybe by 3.
The Lions got 9 points in the last game. So if you want over under the points margin, that's at 45 points.
Under.
Under. So that's you can get that 10-11, under 45. Bears over 25 points are 5-6. I quite like that.
Yeah.
That's still quite a lot of points, though.
Yeah, potentially. You've already done the winning margin, have you?
Yeah, 1-13.
7-5. I quite like that. I see this as a close game, but I think Bears are going to come out on top. All right. I got distracted there because our producer started eating grapes halfway through.
Red grapes or green grapes?
Red
grapes.
Yeah, he went red grapes. Good choice. If it was the over-under on red grapes, we'd have won.
Over red grapes, under green grapes.
Yes, that makes sense. Let's move on. The New Orleans Saints at Cincinnati Bengals. This is another 6 p.m. kickoff. Go. Ben, can you look past the Saints?
No,
you can't.
Saints 7-15 on the road, Bengals 2-1 at home. I think it's hard to bust it. I fancy a bit of a blowout. I quite like the Bengals sticking with some teams. No AJ Green this week. Kind of like a Tyler Boyd touchdown for that reason. But Saints 12+ points in the winning points margin at 9-5. I quite like that.
I like your Tyler Boyd shout. The Saints just put 45 points on the undefeated Rams. So that just tells you what you're dealing with here. You're dealing with a Super Bowl contender. People. Breeze is on pace for 4,672 yards and 36 TD passes. So I think that this one could be another big one. I like the Saints at 30.5 points, over 30.5 points, and that's at evens.
Yeah, I think the Bengals will score some points as well. So I'm going to go over the points line as well, over 54 total points. That's at evens. I like that. Bengals -5, Saints -5. Sorry, it's 10-11. Let's just take the Saints all around.
Yeah, Saints. Let's do it. All right, nice one. Let's move on to the 9:25 kickoff. That's the Seattle Seahawks at the Los Angeles Rams. Ben, we've got differing opinions here.
Well, we haven't really, but the Rams are going to win.
I think the Rams are going to win, but I think
different opinions.
Well, I think it's going to be close. I quite like the Seahawks +9 at 21-20.
We did discuss this earlier. They played earlier on in the season. It was 31 points to 33 in favour of the Rams. So the Seahawks stuck with them then. I think you're right. They could stick with them again. I think the Seahawks will score points. Got over 20 points at evens. I can't see. Get Russell Wilson get 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, and I think Russell Wilson's one of these quarterbacks that can keep his team in a game. He's got a couple of decent receivers. Baldwin's a good player. They've got some useful talent, but it's the Wilson show, and it has to be for them to stick with the Rams. I've got the Rams winning margin 1-13 points at 6-4. To me, that seems a banker.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be close, but that gives you a nice.
Lots of points overall. Total 55.5 total points. Get 13-8 on that. Quite like that. Johnson scored 17.
I was going to say, if you want to be a bit more conservative, you go 51 points at evens.
Yeah, don't be conservative.
55.5, go for it, 13-8. I like it. All right, Ben, we're moving on to the penultimate game in this 5 and 5. It's the Dallas Cowboys at the Philadelphia Eagles. A lovely little NFC East matchup for you on Sunday Night Football. Who'd you fancy?
Well, Tom mugged us off last week going with the Cowboys. I'm not going to make that mistake again.
Yeah.
Eagles to win. Eagles are 4-11 at home. Cowboys 9-4 on the road. The point spread's at 6.5. So Eagles -6.5 at 19-20.
Cowboys are trash. They are so bad. Their record
trash will start.
away from home is terrible. So you've got to be back in the Eagles here. I can't remember what you just said. Did you go under points?
Points spread 6.5.
Yeah, well, I fancy this to be quite a low scoring game, so I'm going under 43 points. That's at 19-20.
Cowboys under 19? 4-5?
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure where it's going to come from for the Cowboys. As I say, on the road they're a different team.
Yeah, I like Eagles winning margin 7-12 points. That's a 4-1. I think winning by a touchdown is possible. We like a turnaround.
Ooh.
This game, not sure. Cowboys half-time, Eagles full-time, 7-1. Big odds, but...
It's big odds. It's one of those that you put a couple of quid on. I don't think it's going to be...
No, Elliott might get it going early on, they get to a lead.
Yeah. Right, nice. I like it that you finished with the big odds.
That's really
what we do. Salivated, didn't it? Not the right word. All right, the last game in our 5 in 5.
Stay up late on Monday night for this one.
Monday Night Football, here we go. The New York Giants at the San Francisco 49ers. And again, Ben, me and you not totally on the same page with this one, because I think the 49ers are going to win.
I think the Giants are going to win, but I think we agree it's a bit of a coin flip.
Yeah, okay, so you're talking a bit of a gamble on the 49ers quarterback. We've only got one.
Nick Mullins.
Nick Mullins, a sample size of 1, and that was against the Raiders. Yeah. Played well, though, to be fair, and found receivers in tight coverage, so I think he's going to be handy. And you can get over 45.5 points on this one at 21-10. I think that's good because neither defence is strong. I looked them up, and they're both middling defence.
Yeah, they are. Nick Mullins did get a few blown coverages last time, but the Giants could well give them that as well. So Giants are 11-8 on the road, 49ers 7-10 at home. I'm going for the Giants half and Giants full time 11-4.
Well, I was just about to say I don't think it's going to be as close as you do. So I've gone for 49ers minus 4.5 points at 13-10. But if you did want a little Tommy's turnaround, you could have the Giants halftime and then the 49ers to win full time. That's at 7-1 as well. Tasty.
Tasty odds.
Well, that's it. Our 5 in 5 is done. We hope you got some good odds there. Plenty to choose from, Ben, as always.
We barraged everyone, didn't we?
We certainly did. And don't forget to keep subscribed to Oddschecker on the old Twitter, because our mini previews will be out this weekend. And Ben, so far we've been doing pretty well.
Smashed it out of the park, haven't we?
So far.
If you put £20 on each one of our mini preview bets, we send 3 out with each game every week, you'd be £494.20 up. That's not shabby.
That's not too bad, is it?
No.
I think when you and I both started this, we felt a lot of pressure.
Yes.
But £494, we're delivering so far. And we've still got a few more weeks to go.
Yeah, and we give some fun bets as well. You get a few times turnarounds.
It's true.
Mainly those, but there's a few other bets there as well.
There's plenty of fun to be had. So make sure you subscribe at Oddschecker on Twitter for all of that kind of stuff. Now, that's it.
That's it till week 11.
That's it. We'll look forward to the action this weekend. Good luck with whatever bets you put on, and we'll see you again next week.
Goodbye.
The somber
I looked right into the camera as well.